Dino.
Teal.
Sweetie.
We've got
Favorite
a
moment.
decent amount of moments to pick from with Dino.
Oh my
Yeah, we got
god.
loads.
Oh, we have so many. I can't think of any.
I can't think of one. No,
Yeah.
not a
No,
single
you know
one.
what? I've hated my time with you, so I'm out. Bye.
Hey, that's why I record with you so much. It's because we just hate each other.
Yeah.
Let's
Makes
see.
sense, right?
Let's think of the big one. I mean, the big one. I think like I always sort of just bunch Christmas calamities into one whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. No, I don't base them
my
by
favorite
series.
memories are around that time.
Yeah.
Because
I've edited it all, I can remember each series quite vividly and what was in it. But like, yeah, no, I agree. Like, it's just one series at this point.
And I think too, just like the collectiveness of going totally insane playing Bubsy was so enjoyable. Like, like I remember at the end, I think it was like the final episode or something. I was just singing Space Oddity or some David Bowie song, and I completely forgot when I was editing it again. I forgot I sang it. I was like, there were so many moments in that series. I was just so drained. It's like it never even happened.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one point in particular. I beat a level, and I was just like, I was so happy. I just went into Sins of the Father from Metal Gear 5. That was my celebration noise. So I was like, okay, don't know why I was happy, clearly.
Jeez, editing through that though is like the only thing closest to a simulation of being on drugs.
Yeah,
like it was just the craziest thing.
Yeah,
but you want to get stoned? Record Bubsy.
Bubsy 3D was great. Like it was just.
It was great. It was great, for sure.
Torture, but it was great. And obviously Christmas Calamity. I mean, Christmas Calamities. Each game we do has a different set of surprises.
Yeah,
I think like
that's for sure.
It's weird because the last season we did last year, like one of the games which I think was like the most bland and the most like uninteresting was the one where you're like that.
Are you like freezing in the snow?
No, there's no way of sugarcoating it. Like you're just this black kid walking from one side to the other, and it's really slow. And it's like, yeah.
What's the goal?
Like you're collecting like stars or something across like a.
I don't even remember that actually.
But like our reaction of just like seeing the kids start walking, we're just like, oh my god, at the exact same time, and that's just for some reason just one of my favorite moments. Even though like there's nothing about it that's particularly special. It's just we have the exact same reaction at the exact same time. We got welcome level. Let's do welcome level.
Welcome.
Oh my god.
I also remember too, this is another like chain reaction thing. I think it's when we did Fatal Frame and something scared you, but since it was kind of on like a half delay for me, you screamed, then I got scared by you screaming.
Yeah.
Not even the thing you were recording.
Yeah, I briefly forgot Fatal Frame existed for a second there.
So did I.
Oh man. Oh,
and we did Lego Jurassic World as well.
Yeah. Man, Fatal Frame was amazing. There was some great moments. There was.
What's the one that you wrote? You misread or like you ad-libbed?
Yeah, so basically we were reading a note from this dead girl and she hung herself and like she said something and I added furiously masturbating or something and you were just like you just started laughing like non-stop and just like she does not say that. I'm like, of course she doesn't. Just like, she must be constantly watching me. Masturbating furiously is, I think.
It does not say that.
Of course it doesn't say that. I heard a voice. It was great. There was also like we were just taking pictures and I was getting scared and you were just like, so what's your favourite part about Halloween? Just out of nowhere. It was great. It was really funny.
Man. This is about to be a massive segue, but what's your favourite part about Halloween?
I loved it.
Wow,
I loved it.
Good.
Also, yeah, there was the getting scared moment where like there's just a face that comes up on a security camera, and it's the only time it does it in the level as well. You have to watch security cameras for like 15 minutes. Just fucking caught me off guard so hard. We also kept recording it at midnight, so it's just like fuck my life.
I remember too though, like I have of like the early recording sessions we did, I have so many memories of just like being so overwhelmingly hot and not like in a sexy way and like in a overheating way. because I would always film in my attic because it was the quietest place.
Oh right.
So it was just me in the pitch black watching this in my attic, like sweating profusely. Like, if you ever want to know what I was like on the other side, it was so disgusting.
Oh dear God.
Nice.
I know that was the scariest bit of Fatal Frame. I think was my.
That was because you were in your attic by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stroke of midnight.
Oh my gosh. Good
Nice.
stuff.
Good. That is good stuff.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh jeez. But yeah,
yeah.
good times though.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, we've surprisingly not mentioned, I think, like the most iconic possibly moment from
Oh, no.
Christmas Calamities, the
Which one is
poems.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the get in my car poems.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jeez.
get in my
It
car. The
You have
the
those
alliteration
written down, I
poem,
think, don't you?
huh?
You have those written down, I thought, don't you?
He's pulled them up. He's already got it
I
ready.
hope I have them written down. Do I have Christmas poems here?
Because I remember, the only line I remember is get in my car, but I just remember laughing and putting myself in stitches for reasons I don't really remember.
Yeah.
So,
It was like
Santa's bag of fun.
I said something like Christmas comes at once a year, so let's bring this Christmas cheer. I want to be happy with you always, so let's get in a shack. And you just like you just laugh and just like Christmas time, really jolly. Let's all gather
Everyone
around
get
the
around the
holly.
holly.
Get in my car. So
That didn't even rhyme.
it's just,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
great. It was
That was
really
fun.
funny. And then there
That
was
was a
the
good one.
the alliteration, which took like 30 minutes to come up with. And that was the video, but it was great. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. Or the Smurfs, like Happy 2014. Yeah,
Oh
there's
my
just a
god,
ton of
yeah.
stuff in
There
there,
was
man.
loads of great little things from that.
Oh my gosh.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
It was good.
Have we ever recorded together, us three? Do we have any memories together? Or are they all separated?
I think they were all separated. I don't think we've actually had a series where we were all three on it.
We
Like,
must
there
have
were
had a stream,
streams.
yeah.
Yeah,
We've
there
had
must have been some
streams.
sort of funny thing
But
that we've done, right?
Right? We're funny people, right?
I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, well, definitely. But I'm just trying to. I think we've actually not really been in a proper position
think
to
so
talk
either.
constantly. Which is surprising.
That's funny though, because I remember when you're like, "Oh yeah, me, you, and Lito will do something." Like, "Whoa, that's a strange lineup of people." I've never was just you and Lito.
Yeah,
that's
it was.
cool, man.
Well, I needed to separate the Night Squad in half because there were just too many people.
Yeah.
It would have been
Couldn't-
it would have been a mess with 6 of us talking.
Yeah,
The
for
Gucci
sure.
gang would have been too grand.
There's a group with 5, and that's pretty difficult to manage at times. So, so it's just like,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
okay, let's split it up. Let's make it a little bit more manageable.
Mhm, that's right.
But no, the oh god, I've drawn a blank suddenly. That's really annoying.
It's okay, we can fill the hole.
We're doing it in the
we're
void.
doing it.
Yeah, you talk about something else. Anything.
Was it about the poems? Were you trying to remember the poems?
No,
Is that
it
what
wasn't
you're
the poems.
related to? Oh, okay, then never mind.
Rats.
Forgive me for trying to help you.
No,
No,
it's
that's
okay.
perfectly fine.
I'll,
I mean,
I'll
we had
quickly,
to
I'll quickly
try.
go back to Chain of Memories.
All right.
So, obviously, Danny didn't have as big a role to fill.
Okay,
It was 2 lines, but
Big
it was
fins to fill, buddy.
But it
Bruh.
was it genuinely really made me happy because I really didn't know what I was gonna get from a flounder. I didn't know if I was gonna get some characters accurately, and you came along and just fucking nailed it.
Yep.
And that was really cool. And Lito, I mean, perfection does sum it up. I've mentioned this with Brittany and with other actors who have been in the project, but it's just like I had such high expectations for it, and it exceeded all of them. So you, similarly with Brittany, were getting your auditions and your lines. It was one of the first times I genuinely felt like, yes, this is going to be a really big success, at least in terms of how well it's put together. Because yeah, like your contributions just really made it stand out. And like one of my favorite bits from you actually is actually I've got 2. I think it's either the giant no scream in Riku's story because it's really great. Actually, that and yours and Blue's Sora and Riku story, where you tell the same
Right.
Namine story, because you both didn't talk to each other, I didn't give you any direction. You both just
No
told the
context.
story exactly as it was written, and you both had the same inflections, the same tone. It was just like, what the fuck? it made me so happy when that came in. But I also
It was great.
I really like the final cutscene with Riku, where it's over the FMV.
Right.
Because it was really well recorded, and I liked editing it a lot.
I will say that one was the most pain in the ass to record because I had to go through like some of the lines I did 2 or 3 takes just to make sure I got the emotion across. I had to do 50 takes because I needed to get the emotion across. I had to line it up. I had to make sure that I wasn't like skipping anything.
Yeah.
I didn't like one of the fucking words how I said it. It was so stupid. It's great because it worked after that, but it was just like it's the road to dawn. Like I had to like break it up 30 times. I still remember the entire fucking part of it because of that.
Yeah,
it's
actually
awful.
it's probably a good thing that you did that and kind of struggled with it because when I did my voice acting class last year, one of the things we had to do was take a scene and try and lip sync it perfectly. We did one where we had to watch it the previous night and one where we had to do it blind. And there was the one we did blind was from like a pigeon animation film. I don't know what it was called. And it was pretty good because the voice I ended up doing for it, I added a little thing every so often. Even it wasn't in the original, but they were just like, oh, that was quite cool. Like, that was fun. And the other one I did was the one I got to listen to was I had to voice Stitch. It was the Ahana Means Family.
Right.
And it was great. And they were really happy with how I synced it. It's learning, because learning that's honestly, when you're doing a voice acting thing for like a proper show, that's realistically what's going to happen. You're going to get into a studio and like have seen the words like maybe once if you're lucky, and be like, okay, sync this. What? Like, okay, cool.
Exactly.
So
well, that's one of the
training.
things is even if you're going into audition, I got to audition for Funimation a couple of times, and it was one of those things where they give you a small side of what the character is, and that's it.
Yeah.
You go in for the audition, they give you a piece of paper with the words on it as a cold read, and just like, all right, give it this voice.
Yeah.
Oh, that character doesn't suit your voice. Let's try this other character. Director gives you like one small thing to see if you can take direction well, and it's just like, all right, cool. Call you later if you got it.
Yeah.
It's so nerve-wracking because it's like you have 10 seconds to make that
being able
impression.
to take direction well is super important as well. Because like that's gonna make or break it. Because if you can't take direction, if you struggle and stumble a bit, like. No, I'm not specifically just telling you. I'm telling anyone who's interested. Because I'm
seriously.
sure you know. If you can take direction well, that's really going to benefit you. I was told I can, which is good. So that's nice. There was I was also told it's really good if you can memorize the name of the sound engineer because they can fuck you up.
Yeah, no, they can. They can make you sound great, or they can literally fuck your life.
So. Remember their name, don't call them the wrong name. If you can get away with it, write it on your hand briefly. And then erase it before you go. So they don't see.
Seriously.
Like, good little tips. But yeah, just, it was really cool to get those lines from you and to just have the project be as successful as it was. Because it wasn't just you, it was everyone who was involved. Everyone contributed in such a massive way, and like I mentioned this in actually the previous recording session with Brittany and Humble, but I don't consider that series my series. It is the series. It is you and everyone else who was involved in that series that makes it more special than anything I did with it. I just edited it and got you together. Like that's it. Like it is not me. I consider that your
person. It still takes that person. We need that initial impulse, otherwise we wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean the series wouldn't exist without me starting it up, but it's still, I don't consider it my series.
It's like a wheel of cheese, you know, everyone gets a wedge. You just happen to make the cheese for the people to take the wedge from, but still, you know, we all have...
That is a very odd metaphor. I don't not like it, but I am very confused right now and suddenly hungry.
Yeah.
Well, you can apply that to something else, maybe not cheese. You know, like pizza or something, other food.
Pie. Well, the problem is it's just going to make me hungry again.
Okay, fine. Okay. I don't know what you want. Like.
My problem wasn't, it's a cheese wedge. My problem is you're making me hungry, Dino.
Okay, sorry. Forgive me. But anyway, so cheese metaphors aside, yeah.
I pick up what he's putting down. It's all good.
Excellent. Thank you for the report. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome.